So Ramp Labs is what is Ramp Labs?
Ramp Labs is our experimental team within Ramp. Basically trying out things that don't necessarily have a 100% chance of panning out and seeing if we can get those learnings back to the rest of Ramp.
Ramp Labs is a collection of crazy, ambitious people that just don't like to be told that something's impossible.
We realized that we had a bunch of these internal experiments within Ramp that were already great prototypes, but they were kind of like just this captured value that no one else was really seeing. And we pitched this idea to Karim.
I think there were a few people at the company that would look at me and was like, God damn it, like we have so many important projects that we're working on. Why would you take like some great people and put them off on the side on crazy R&D projects? And my reaction was like, well, amazing people want to work on really ambitious projects, and when they're really excited about something, the worst thing that you could tell them is, no, you should work on this other thing that you might not be as interested in.
Karim and Eric had something of a social contract with a lot of the people that joined in the early days, where they said, hey, if you come work here, we're going to empower you to do a lot of entrepreneurial things, and you do that for X amount of time. If you want to go start a company, we'll support you in doing so, and we'll invest or introduce you to investors to do that. And I think that's just attracted A++ people that ultimately want to be entrepreneurs, but first want to learn how to be entrepreneurs from a place that has expertise in building product.
Whose ideas are the craziest, most out there? 3, 2, 1. Why do you think they picked you?
No, I picked me. I don't think anyone else did, right?
Oh, I thought a lot of people picked you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You picked Alex. Okay.
I know Levinson pointed at me.
You, yeah. Why'd you pick Renee? You just be wild sometimes, huh?
Yeah, just be wild sometimes. No, yeah.
When we launched Steer, which was our AI interpretability playground, the only other entity that we've read similar experience from using steering vectors, for example, was Anthropic. Like even their research on interpretability of Claude, which was the Golden Gate Claude, you can turn a model to have any personality you give it, and all responses will be steered that way. When I was reading the feedback, how it got on X, they were like, Ramp is doing mechanistic interpretability now. It's very, very funny.
We actually started on the same day. It's like every day Alex sees me banging my head against a wall. There's like worse days and better days. And so I've been interested in building a separate structure to the reasoning structure of intelligence that is much more memory focused. If we could find that there was like another axis that could scale intelligence that wasn't just like raw reasoning power, Ramp as a company has some pretty unique data as a financial provider. And so we could make our systems specifically more intelligent to the customers that we're servicing. And it's a different axis than the big labs are serving.
My most recent work that I've been leading end to end has been Ramp SWE-Bench. So kind of like we have these public benchmarks. They're very helpful signals, but we just wanted a stronger signal on our work, on our code that we owned. So I just kind of did it. Like I got an idea from Rahul, head of applied AI, and he said we should have our own SWE-Bench at home.
When we get some sort of very powerful AI or like artificial superintelligence, the first real application you'll see is like a superhuman hacker. And so it's been on my radar a bit. And I think with the most recent generation of models, I don't know if we're at superhuman hacker level, but we're definitely at very good hacker level. And so I felt that it was a good time to sort of step up our work in cybersecurity at Ramp. What that looks like in practice is essentially just scaling out inference time compute, deploying thousands of coding agents, all sort of looking to break our code in different ways. I'm working on productionizing it to make Ramp safer and more trustworthy for our customers.
What's the process like when someone comes up with a new idea and you just wrapped up a product? You just published the security thing and now it's time to work on your next thing. Yeah. Like, how do you go about that?
Just kind of start. Like, even though, for example, someone is not like agrees with your opinion, it's like, just do it. Let's see what comes out of it.
Are there any misconceptions about Ramp Labs?
Misconceptions around Ramp Labs, I'd say the largest one is like how product-centric we are because we launched Ramp Sheets. A lot of people think that we're just like focused on building out other products like that, when in reality we're doing a lot more research right now.
What do you want Ramp Labs to become as the Ramp core becomes bigger and bigger?
I mean, trying to go for more ambitious projects, trying to become like almost a neo lab within Ramp with more papers and articles that get citations, becoming even more of like an industry thought leader that other companies look up to and try to imitate, creating more and more tribal knowledge within Ramp so that the knowledge trickles down and guides how others are building products within Ramp.
One thing that was very important to me from the start is to build the kind of company that I would have loved to stay at for a long time and not leave to go start something. In general, that means a place where the people doing a lot of the hard work get a lot of say on what work to actually focus on. Contrarian people tend to do very, very well at Ramp. They like to be told that something is too hard or impossible or shouldn't be done, and that's something that we try to embrace.